Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to another episode of the TheGoodCastShow. So today I have with me the OG of content creation of the Malaysian YouTube space. He is the proud owner of his own snack brand, Muruking. By the way, this episode is brought to you by Muruking. He's also the founder of Vikar World Film Productions in Berhad. He runs 3 successful YouTube channels, Vikar World, Vikar Games, and Vikar Vlogs. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me the one, the only Mr. Vikneswaran Veerasundar,
Wow,
aka Vikar World. How are you, buddy?
Well, so I'm good, man. I'm good. Thanks for having me. That was a good introduction. You have like a whole paragraph written and all.
By the way, it's not written. It's all off the cuff. So there we go. So, man, thank you so much for making the trip, coming on this show. You know, I've been following you for God knows how long.
Yeah, man. I've known you for like 10 years plus. Already,
10 years plus.
Yeah.
10 years plus. Is that true? I mean,
I think it's 10 years plus.
Yeah,
The
it
last
is
time I
plus.
met you was 10 years plus.
10 years plus. Yeah, back when I was doing stand-up comedy. There we go. Now, Vikar, let's get to you, man. You know what? You own your own brands. Muruking is your latest.
Yes, sir.
Ravic Clothing was before this. You're still the owner of that.
Correct.
What made you go into the realm of brand ownership?
Okay, I think as a content creator, I think it's important. One regret I have, let's start with that,
Okay.
is to not. I started doing YouTube like probably 12 years ago.
Yes.
And I wished I started a brand back then itself.
Okay.
As a content creator, I think because the market is it fluctuates. You know, one day you feel like, oh, this is a good industry to be in. The next day you feel like, what am I doing here? Right? So which is why I feel like having your own brand. And obviously I don't want to be like 60 years old and like start vlogging and stuff, right?
Yeah.
So which is why I want to build my brand now so that I can retire nicely.
No, that's true because you are also following the route of other content creators, like for example, like Nas Daily. Like what
Yes.
he's doing, right? He built his brand, the Nas Daily Show.
Yeah.
Then now he has Nas IO, Nas,
Yeah.
Nas, all
he has
sorts
a lot of stuff,
lot
right?
of stuff. So it's
Yeah.
amazing. I saw, I was like, wow, that's quite smart because a lot of content creators nowadays, they just go the influencer route,
That's true.
which is not a sustainable
Yeah.
thing eventually.
Because I realized like a lot of brands approached me. Then I thought to myself, why not I promote my own brands
Exactly.
instead of dealing with all these brands. I want to push my own brands.
yeah.
So which is why I started with a clothing line, typical YouTuber route clothing line.
Yeah.
And then recently 3 weeks ago I launched my own snack brand, Muruking as well.
Nice, man. Very proud of you and all your success. So is this going to hit store shelves soon?
One day hopefully that's the goal
Okay, inshallah. We'll see it soon there and we'll buy it from there. So what was the inspiration to actually go with Murukku actually?
Because me personally, I've not seen murukkus packed in this kind of packaging.
Yes, that's true.
It's always the roadside. It's
Yeah.
always, it is not packed and packaged like a professional snack.
Of course.
So I thought, you know what? I have like the audience. I have a lot of Indian people watching me, and I thought, you know what? I feel like I can sell this kind of stuff.
Perfect. Yeah,
so I
you
went
can.
with this. Yeah.
Nice. Well done. Now, I also noticed that you have set up your own company. Before this, you had another one, but you shut it down. And now you have
Correct.
Vikar World Film Productions.
Yeah.
So how's the whole journey been now becoming like an entrepreneur? How's the journey been? What's the future?
It's crazy, man. I started off as sole proprietorship.
Okay.
So I shut down that company
Yeah.
to open my own Sdn Berhad because I realized to get grants and all, you need
You need
Sdn
number.
Berhad.
Yes, there we go.
Yeah, because my goal is my ultimate goal is to produce movies.
Okay.
I want to direct my own movies and stuff. And obviously through FINAS you need Sdn Berhad.
You doing it? Grant.
So last year October is when I made the switch. And yeah, I still haven't got the grant yet.
Maybe you should
Hopefully
try.
one day I can. It's a stepping stone, I would say.
Of course, yeah. It takes time to get there. Maybe you can try Mitra.
Mitra. Okay.
I hear they have
Maybe,
money.
yeah, maybe I should go.
Maybe you should go there. Now, I'm a marketing guy, so obviously when I met you first was for the marketing of one of my events, and what's your opinion on this? Because nowadays we see that a lot of consumers are now smarter. They are bombarded with advertising from
That's
every
true.
space, online, billboards, whatever. Turn on the TV, you see an advertisement. So, what is the position of content marketing as an effective marketing method? Is it effective? Does it work?
I do think it's effective. I do think it's still KOL marketing.
KOL
per se,
marketing,
right?
yeah.
I do think it's me personally. If I see for me, I'm a huge fan of Eminem. Right?
I know, yeah,
If
yeah.
I see Eminem selling something, let's say he starts selling Muruking,
Yeah.
I would be, he's my favorite. My idol is selling these things. I would buy as well.
Yeah.
So in that sense, I think KOL marketing, they have influence to sell to people. So I do think it's an industry that would not shut down anytime soon.
Yeah, definitely. I think it's because it's a very subtle way of marketing as opposed
Subtle
to
way.
hard sell, buy this, buy this.
True, but sometimes hard sell works better. I think KOL marketing is good for brand awareness. I don't think it's. I'm still I'm very 50-50 about this whole KOL marketing. I do believe that it is good for brand awareness.
Okay.
But in terms of, you don't want to, as a KOL, you don't want to sell the product like that.
Yes.
Right?
Yes,
So
yes.
for brand awareness, 100% KOL marketing is
But then again, that's an interesting point because let's talk about influencers for a while. Do you regard yourself as an influencer?
I hate that term, but I do. Somehow I am an influencer, but
Okay.
I would not address myself as an influencer. I would call myself as a content creator rather than influencer. I think influencer is such a vain thing to, I'm
Yes.
here to influence you. I'm not. I don't think I'm a good influence to begin with. Genuinely, when I started my whole journey, I didn't start it to influence people.
Okay.
I just love creating content. I love entertaining people.
But because way back when I was in PR marketing, we used to work with a lot of influencers, and I used to see and wonder, they basically advertise and promote everything that's given to them.
Yeah, that's true.
Is that the right strategy? Because eventually, then you lose your entire credibility with your
100%,
consumers, right?
100%.
Because you are basically your loyalty is up for sale.
Yeah, 100%. I do see a lot of influencers, they just market any products. they
Any
see.
product, yeah.
Which, to me personally, I don't think that should be the right way to go.
Yeah.
Me personally, I pick and choose my brands.
Okay.
I wouldn't randomly go with a random brand.
Okay.
I wouldn't. I do get offers from, obviously I don't want to mention names, where they pay me a lot of money, but that whole moral value of like, do I want to push this kind of product
How much
for
money
my
are we talking?
audience? We're talking about like good 6 figures for.
And you turn it down. Okay.
It's one of the most difficult decision.
Really?
But-
why? Why did you turn it down?
I don't want to promote these kind of products to my audience because I do feel, because this brand is a bit tarnished in the space. I feel like everyone knows which brand we're talking about.
Give
but
us
let's
at
not-
least a space. Give us a space at least.
Trading lah. Okay, let's just say
Oh,
put it at
crypto.
trading.
Is it
Not
crypto?
crypto. First of all, I don't believe crypto is a scam. I just put it out. I do trade crypto myself.
Okay.
But it's a platform where it's not a scam platform. That's the thing. It's
Okay.
not a scam platform.
Okay.
But it has been advertised to a point. Trading, people lose, people win. And there's
Okay.
more people who lose because they don't know how to trade.
Okay.
And when they lose, they immediately say it's a scam.
Okay.
And most of these trading platforms are not registered.
They're not regulated,
Yeah,
right? Crypto
not
is not
regulated.
regulated.
That's
Yeah,
the word.
yeah.
And because of that, it may turn off as a scam.
Okay.
So yeah, just
But
leave it as that.
that's we are still nowhere closer to the name. But no, in fact, I think it was a few months ago where there was this crypto company. What was it, Forex or crypto? I can't remember. But basically, they were promoted by influencers, and this theme has been recurring. Even you have it with Binance, you have it with in all these companies, right? And people blame the influencers. They sue. Even Cristiano Ronaldo is being sued for his promotion of Binance, right?
Okay.
So, is that fair? Should we blame the influencer for people making a decision to invest in crypto or in Forex?
I do think influencers, accountability has to be taken.
Okay.
Right? Because they are promoting these platforms.
Okay.
People trust you.
Okay.
So as an influencer, I think, which is why it's important to choose your.
Yeah.
You don't want to, but like Binance, I don't think Binance is I would promote Binance.
No, but not now, because now they're shutting down, right?
They're shutting
Yeah,
down, is it?
Binance is gone
Okay,
now. Yeah.
alright.
After that previous one, what's it called? FX something. What's that guy's
The
name?
one that he got caught for.
We got caught. Yeah.
Can't
In
remember.
fact, you're right, because events even previously events like Fire Festival and all this were promoted by influencers, and then they blame the influencers.
Yeah.
For me,
they should lah. I do believe.
But
we
come on,
should.
is it fair to ask of the influencer who's promoting a product being paid large amounts of money? I think Kylie Jenner or Kendall Jenner was paid $250,000 to make one Instagram post, right? Can they be blamed for the organizers' poor business management? It's not fair. Right?
It's not fair. It is not
Yeah.
fair, but there is still a little bit of accountability they have to take. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
fair enough. I understand.
I understand.
I guess because when you don't, like, just say if it's crypto or you get burnt, you want to blame someone.
Yeah.
And the best person
Yeah.
to blame is the most
It's the-
popular face.
Correct.
Okay, so let's talk about you, man. Like again, I've been watching you since you were doing videos in your room.
Correct.
I still remember there was one video where you ate curry powder.
Curry powder. Oh, I remember that.
I forgot what's the.
remember
It was a big issue that time. Anyway, now if I'm not mistaken, your YouTube channel was started in 2011.
Yeah, I guess
It's
so.
2024 now.
Okay, so 13 years.
13 years. How have you evolved as a content creator from then compared to now?
Not much, man. No.
I'm still the same.
I do feel like my content, I'm more aware of what I say, I guess.
Okay, yeah.
I think back then when I started, I just say whatever I want. But I do miss that version of me though.
Okay.
Now I feel like we live this current climate of this new generation. It's everything is people take offense to everything.
Yes.
Right? And especially for
Plus with cancel culture and all
the
that.
cancel culture is crazy. And of course, a lot of brands are going with this flow as well. So me getting cancelled, I might lose my rice bowl.
Yeah,
as well.
exactly,
So
yeah.
because of that, I think it's a very scary space. But as a content creator, I do feel I'm a bit sad to see how content creation is right now.
Okay.
I feel like back then, like 7-8 years ago, you see people talk about production value. People put so much of effort. Now I think since the growth of like platforms like TikTok, because anyone can create content, everyone is a content creator out there. The, people are not really looking at creativity as much anymore, I feel. I think it's just you just doing stupid things online, you'll get the views. And I don't know, man, as a content creator, I feel a bit sad
Okay.
with the current state of our
Because you think
creative
that
space.
the entire barrier of entry is very low. Anyone can do whatever.
There's no barrier.
There's no barrier
Anyone
to-
can muscle.
Okay.
You throw a rock, content creator, influencer.
Okay.
So that's a bit, I don't know, man, it's a bit sad lah.
It's a bit.
And to see my peers and how we started, we usually brainstorm, oh, let's do this kind of production, let's do this. Now it's just, let's get the views. Now it's the views is way more important than the quality of the product itself.
But I think that's the nature of the job, right? Again,
is.
I want to make a disclaimer here. I am nowhere near as big as a person online as Vikar is.
No.
But I just want to say, when I first started this podcast, right, I had that freedom. Now I say I can talk to anyone, whoever I want. I can talk about any topic I want, right? But as time has moved on, I find that I have to be careful with whom I select because it won't resonate with the viewers.
Yeah.
You know, I've interviewed, because I started this wanting to create a platform for people to speak on. If you had a thought, you had an idea, let's talk about it. But I've done that, and people have said, just, who are you inviting on? This is not, I like your podcast, not before this. Why you gonna, those kind of things come. So you have to be wary of it. So I think that's the reason, right? You eventually have to cater to a group, and that catering process sort of dwarfs your creativity.
That's true, 100%. I 100% agree with that.
Now, speaking of which, though, the thing I like about you is, and also this is one thing that was said about Eminem, your idol,
Yes, sir.
which is they say that he is authentic.
Correct.
He's a white rapper, but he doesn't try to be black.
Correct.
Same thing with you. You are a content creator. You have your own style, and I don't see anybody else with your style. Especially in Malaysia, like we're talking Malaysia, right? No one has your style, your way of doing things, the way you speak online and all that. How did you find that persona? When did that realization come? Okay, this is my online persona.
I think when I first started, obviously there were creators I tried to take a little bit of this, a little bit of that. And eventually when I found a little bit of a mixture of everyone, and then I realized, okay, I'm more comfortable in front of the screen, just being myself. At the end of the day, you like I see a lot of creators go out and say like, oh, you got to be yourself. Sometimes being yourself wouldn't work. Sometimes yourself is just boring as shit.
Yes.
Can I swear in this podcast?
You can.
I
You
can
can.
swear. Boring as fuck. Let's go with that. Right? So I think
I kind of expected this.
sometimes I think it's okay to copy people's style.
Yeah.
Copy a little bit and see what works with you. And then
Okay.
eventually this is based on my experience, eventually you'll realize, okay, this is the style I want to go with. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, the thing about one thing in the interview, you said that you were actually, you did your internship at Kenanga.
Yes.
And-
Which interview is this, man?
This was, I think, on Yamcha Sessions.
Oh, okay, Yamcha Sessions. Okay.
Yeah, so-
shout out to Yamcha Sessions.
Shout out Yamcha Sessions.
Yeah.
I think they were also one of the first few podcasters in the country.
Yes.
Yeah, they were the early birds. But of course, I do it better. But anyway, that's
Yeah, this is a better podcast.
much
Support this
better.
one.
Yeah. Screw you, Yamcha.
But yeah, I did my internship in Kenanga. I did my software engineering actually as a degree. And then I did my internship in Kenanga.
Now, just on that point, you then decided at one point, you said the 9-to-5 job is not for me. You wanted to do content creation, and you talked about how even from a very young age, you were always a content creator. You were always making videos to music from Eminem and all that.
Right, yeah.
Now, again, when we juxtaposition that with now, we see that now that there's a stat that came out that 50% of SPM students rather become content creators than further their studies. And then recently also we heard that 10,000 SPM goers did not go for their exams.
Oh, man.
Okay?
Yeah.
Is content creation for everybody, is it a viable way of life?
I strongly believe everyone should at least try to get a degree.
Okay.
I think focus on
You're
education.
Indian, right? It sounds like that.
It's a very, I think I see my dad in me, right? I don't want to be my dad, but now but I do 100% believe that not doing SPM, that's a stupid move to make. Right? I think this whole creative space, not only talent you need also luck, man.
Yes.
You can be the most talented people. If your luck is not there, it's not going to work out.
Yeah.
So me personally, what I would advise to these kind of people at least, study, man. Study, get your degree. While you're doing your degree, that's when you build your social media platforms. By the time you graduate, if your platform is big enough, go into this world.
Yeah.
You don't want to just dive into this world and just going with luck. What if your luck is bad? It's not going to work out.
And the thing is, interestingly, you mentioned about just now you were talking about how now everyone is a content creator, right? But I think that this entire process of being a content creator is very misrepresented, because like even for me, like doing this podcast, it's a small podcast, but the hours you spend, this 1 hour is the easiest of it. You know, there is planning for the show, talking to guests, editing, you know, all those things, right? It takes about at least 8 to 9 hours of your life, 10 hours, right, per episode. But people don't really know that, so they assume that, I'm sure for you, to make content, there's pre-production, there's post-production, there's hours of shooting, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think are some of the misconceptions that people have about content creation?
Like what you just mentioned, people think it's easy to do. Everyone can do it. They think it's an easy job to do, right? And you answered your own question actually. It's just the whole idea of it takes a lot of hours and time and you just gotta not give up at the same time. Right? I think that's like the biggest.
I think, and plus that will sort of filter the ones who are not so interested, not so passionate out from the ones who really want to do it. Now, one question I had when I was watching your channel, your videos, especially your channel, Vikar Vlogs. Do you ever get tired of vlogging everything? Do you just sometimes feel, man, I just want to enjoy this event without having to take a video?
100%, man. I do feel that all the time, which is why I've not been putting much vlogs.
I noticed. I think 5 months or something.
Haven't, because there was one period of time I had a videographer following me around. So that was easy.
Okay.
You get to live the moment, and the videographer takes everything. And that was my biggest mistake, man. Now it's so difficult for me to get back to me videoing myself.
Okay.
And obviously I can't be bringing my videographer to like holidays and it's just weird, right? So now I do feel like, you know what is, I think it's the editing is the one that
oh yes,
it's the worst process.
It's the worst process.
It's the worst
painstaking process ever.
And for me, I'm the kind of person, I cannot let other people edit my video because I have a certain way I want it to be. So that I micromanage too much. That's my problem which is why it's very difficult for me to grow a huge team fast because I need to do everything myself. But because of that, which is why it's I rarely put vlogs, because I constantly want to do a lot of things and I want to live at the moment, but to bring out the camera, it's just, sometimes I don't enjoy vlogging. So now these days, I only vlog when I am in the mood to vlog.
Okay.
Because I think the audience would know. Audience could tell, or you're just doing it for the sake of doing it. And you can tell how the videos won't do well. People can tell.
Yeah.
So only now these days, whenever I feel like, I want to vlog this moment, that's when I vlog it out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, again, from your content, I was watching some of your videos and I saw one that you did, I'm a terrorist.
I was a terrorist.
Yeah. Man, that writing.
That was crazy, man.
Fantastic writing. I mean, it was so, it reminded me, I don't know whether you watched the show Sway.
No, I've not seen Sway.
So Sway is this US radio show. It's like a hip hop radio show.
Okay.
So they have rappers on, and then there was once where they interviewed Shia LaBeouf.
Okay.
And they have this thing, Sway five Fingers of Death, where they asked people to freestyle for 5 minutes.
Okay.
And Shia LaBeouf killed it. The video went crazy. You can check it out.
Oh, it's got rap as well.
Yeah, the guy rapped really well. Really well. Right? It's very old school rap, very lyrical and all that. But those lyrics were fantastic, man, what you did. And then I was thinking, like, there is another side to you. Like, you're not just the person you do parodies, you do funny, but then there is a very serious side to you.
There is definitely a very serious side of me. The reason why there's not much of it is because those kind of content doesn't work out so much on my platform.
Okay.
Because I think a lot of people they just want comedy stuff.
Yeah. And they expect something from you.
Correct. But that I Was a Terrorist video, I think until today is one of my proudest work, man.
Yeah,
that one
it was
reached
amazing.
to Mongolia lah. Crazy, man, that video.
Okay.
The videos, yeah.
But what are the sort of the issues now that you are passionate about that gets you going?
To me, I think since I started until today, I think the issue that always I'm very passionate about is our Indian people.
Okay.
Like the state, like to me, I get really angry when I see Indians are being mistreated.
Okay.
When I see comments, people looking down on Indians, that really boils me, man. And I think until today, that's something that I always champion for.
Okay.
Which is why I think my bigger goal, I think I've said this in a bunch of podcasts as well. My bigger goal is to show the non-Indians that Indian people, there are a lot of good Indian people out there as well.
You're fantastic.
There are a lot of talented Indian people out there as well. So I think that's my entire, like a bigger goal is that, right? And also to what's the word I'm looking for? To inspire young Indian boys to come into content creating, try it out. I think there is a future if you put in a lot of effort into it.
Definitely.
Yeah.
You know, there was one thing that you spoke about. Another video you did was called Killing.
Killing, yeah.
And it was a very unique way you approach the issue, which I like. That's the thing I like about you. You have a very unique way of doing it. And you used comedy to sort of put a mirror up to society and say, look, this is what happens. Yeah. Is that what you're trying to do? Are you trying to use comedy as a way to show us what we are doing wrong?
Yeah, I think comedy, the reason why I go with comedy, number one is you can get away with a lot of things. For example, let's say you do something, you have a message you want to get across, but if you do it in a serious manner, okay, how do I word this nicely? I think comedy it's easier to get messages across.
Yeah.
I think more people like to watch comedy stuff.
Yes.
So that's what I've been doing on my platform as well. You see a lot of my videos, stupid as shit, but there's always like a deep message to it.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard you speak about Indian issues as well, and I actually want to focus on that with you. What do you point the reason being that why do you think that Indian community in Malaysia face so much of racism? Who and what is to blame?
I think we got to blame ourselves first.
Okay.
I think Indians are the reason why we are getting this kind of blames.
How so?
Because if you look at the stats, I think last year the stats, if you see in prison, I can't remember where I read or where I heard, most of it is Indian people, right? There's a higher, and then in Malaysia we are the smallest population.
Yeah.
Does it make sense? So I think, and you see Indians fighting on the streets and all. So we got to blame ourselves first. I think, which is it's a whole other issue with ourselves. It's I'm not one person. I can't fix this, but I think slowly, if you bring more Indians into better routes, then the non-Indians will look at us in a different light.
Okay, yeah, I completely agree with that. You have to showcase our positives more than our negatives, which is showcase a lot. Now, you being an Indian content creator, I've heard from my friends in the acting world and all that, they've talked about how, you know, there are not many roles given to Indians. In fact, one of the inspirations for this podcast came from MPH, because I saw in MPH there was a signboard outside of this Indian guy saying "Don't steal" or "Don't." Police guy wearing a police cap, right?
An Indian guy. Yeah?
Indian guy. So I was like, wow, this is the only time I see an Indian prominently in front of in the advertisement.
As a cardboard.
Cardboard, you know? Not even the real guy. I feel bad for the guy who took the photo, right? Have you faced similar things? Not being asked to be a cardboard, but have you faced difficulties because you're Indian?
100%, man. For me, let's just talk about marketing world itself, right? I say I always wanted to start an agency as well, agency to do all this market. They wouldn't give it to an Indian. It's so hard to get. You see, always marketing agency. You always see the Malays and Chinese get it. Even like your. I don't know why is it like that, man. I don't know why Indians don't get enough opportunities. And if we get, it's just to fill up the quota.
Yes.
It's always gotta put an Indian guy here, Indian guy there. I don't have an answer for that, man.
The thing is about this, and please share your thoughts on this. I think one of the reasons why Indians are being subject to racism so much, one of the reasons is because over the decades, we have bought this narrative that we are substandard when we are not.
Yeah.
It's like sort of like a way to control the mind. Like for example, we hear a lot of things, a lot of the all this, every politician, they'll come and say, no, Tamil schools, this and all this, to bring up issues and all that. And that common narrative that it keeps being repeated and we buy it, right? One of the people whom I interviewed on this podcast said that the biggest problem with Indians is that we don't have mentorship.
Okay.
We don't have enough heroes because our heroes are chosen for us.
Yeah.
So like people like you who are, for example, in the space of content creation, I'm sure a lot of Indian kids want to get into this space. They have the talent. I've seen a lot of young kids who have so much talent, right? They should follow you. They should learn from you. And people like you should come out more. So do you think as content creators, especially the Indian ones, you also have a role to inspire people?
Yeah.
And it's a necessity. It's not a option. You have to do that.
Yeah. I do believe so. I do believe content creators have a lot of influence on young kids. But it's also very difficult because I know I'm not a good influence. You know what I mean? I feel like
how? What do you mean you're not good influence?
I don't know, man. I swear like a motherfucker online. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's that, but that's me. That's where it's circling back to being authentic.
Yeah.
This is me. I do get parents. I get messages from parents. My kids are watching you. Can you not say this? Can you not say that? But in my head, I'm like, I'm not doing anything. This is how I express myself.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So again, now you again operate in a very, very unique space where it's not crowded at all. You are an English-speaking Indian content creator.
Correct.
Do you think you would have had better reach if you were a Tamil-speaking content creator?
Yeah, 100%.
Because I see some of the numbers these Tamil content creators make
Crazy, man. It's insane. Sometimes I wish my Tamil was
Yeah, me too.
I would make the flip,
I've seen podcasts like, wow, their reach is really good.
Crazy, man. Crazy. But also being an Indian, there's also a huge advantage if I were to make Malay content.
Really?
Yeah. It's this thing, man. See, Malays, they like to see non-Malays speak Malay. Chinese like to see non-Chinese speak Chinese. Indians, if you see a Malay guy speaking Tamil, Indians, let's support. It's that narrative that we're going with. And on my platform, at least, every single Malay content that I do, bro, the numbers are so much different compared to my English content. But of course, at the same time, I can't just do all Malay content. That's not me. Right? I can't go on my Insta story and say, hey, apa khabar? It's just not me, right? So there is, for Indians, especially as a content creator, doing Malay content because the market is huge. Malay audience is huge in Malaysia. Man. And then you get to tap into Indonesian market. Once you tap into Indonesian market, you're good, you're settled, man. So that's in Malaysia. I personally feel I think the English speaking space is the toughest space to grow. I think it's damn hard to grow, man.
Does that say a lot about our English vocabulary here?
It says a lot, man.
Yeah, you're right, because even I have a video now that's I think going to touch 1 million, and only reason for that is because it's talking about Hinduism. So somehow the video it basically reached India.
Oh damn!
So
okay,
that's how.
I
was like, oh, maybe I should do more external. So again, that is my question. Do you think that content creators now should operate with a more global perspective as opposed to what used when back in the day it was more local, right?
Correct.
Should we look outside as well?
Yes, 100% yes, but it's also not an easy process. To me, my idea is let's tackle Malaysia first. Let's get the Malaysian audience and then focus globally. But then because I've been doing it for so long, now I'm stuck. It's very difficult for me to do content that is globally accepted. You know what I mean? Because my brand is known for Malaysian issues.
But your
Malaysia.
parodies are pretty, I think can
My
also...
parodies can reach.
Yeah,
My parodies can reach.
Yeah.
Yeah. Those kind of stuff could reach.
Now, I just want to get your view on certain current issues. I think because I like the segment you do, CBN.
CBN, we can't say the word.
No, can Chibai
Cannot
News.
Chibai
Okay, I
News.
said it. I cursed on my own podcast. Thank you. It's infectious. Now, what is your... I mean, of course, now, especially among the Indian community, a big issue is racism, right? Not that, but racial content, insensitive content. So you did a video on the preaching of a verse of Quran in Batu Caves. So in your opinion, what should have been the proportionate response to him by doing such a thing?
From what, the content side? Or
From us users, because how should we as Indians take this? Should we be angry or should we just take it as this is just a dumbass doing?
I don't think we should just let it go, man.
Okay.
I genuinely don't think we should let it go because we're talking about religion here.
Yeah.
Me, I'm not a religious person.
You don't say.
I gotta put it out there. I'm not a religious person, but I am a Hindu at the end of the day, right? And see, one thing I really adore the Muslims. They protect their religion.
Yes, they do.
They would never allow a non-Muslim to say shit like that.
Yeah,
they
yeah.
would come after you.
Yeah.
And I feel like every other religion should be that way as well. That's
But
my stand.
in today's landscape, social landscape, right? We are seeing ever more examples or ever more incidences of racism, especially on the content creation platforms like TikTok and all that. Why do you think it's happening now? Is it just because that people have a phone now, they can record and post? Has this always been happening, or are we becoming more racially segregated now?
I think it's because everyone has a phone, everyone can access content, everyone can record and just post easily.
Yeah.
So there's no education in that sense in terms of like what you should and shouldn't. And because there's no consequences for this kind of people, right?
Especially if you go from, I mean, if you were to make fun of Hindus and all that, there's no consequence.
There's no. I've not seen.
Yeah, none of them. Yeah, none of them.
They can step on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's the problem, lah.
Yeah,
That's the
yeah.
problem. Which
We should have consequences
it's
for
a
that.
very heavy topic to speak about.
Yeah, I understand. I see you're very cautious. You're thinking, those corporate brands. No,
Oh my god.
no, but thanks. But now let's go back to your content creation. I mean, there are many people who are getting into this space today. You have made a success of yourself in this space, so well done. What are your tips for people who are coming in now into this space, into YouTube content creation? What should they be doing to ensure success in the long term?
I think for new creators, focus on TikTok.
Okay.
I think TikTok is the best platform for anyone, not just creators, businesses as well. I think TikTok is the place to go. Don't overthink. I think that's also one of my problems. I overthink my content, and then I end up not putting it out there. I think we live in such a fast-paced content world right now. You can put one video, if it flops, so what? Next day people will forget about it.
Yeah.
Like it's way different 10 years ago.
Okay.
One flop content is gonna scar you for a very long time.
Yes.
And one viral content, you're gonna be viral for a long time. Now,
Yeah.
one viral video, 2 days later, no one remembers you.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
So because it's so fast paced, I think it's there's pros and cons obviously, but the pro part is it doesn't matter if it fails. I
Okay.
think it's okay to fail, man. I think that's my fear as well. I think everybody has the fear of failing, but in the content world, I think it's okay to fail. There are big influencers, big artists that, once again, for me, I always look at Eminem, right? Eminem is the best rapper to me in the world, but he has songs that flop.
Yeah. He had albums that flopped.
Yeah, albums that flop. So if these people can flop, who are we, man? Right? So because of that, I think it's easy to get into the space.
You said something quite nice on one of your vlogs where you were going to register your company, which I liked what you said, and you talked about the journey that you went through and all that. Being a content creator, again, for someone who's coming into this and all that, what would you advise them? I mean, how do they cope with people who tell them that they can't do it, or that this is not something you should be pursuing?
To me, it's very important to have your circle of friends to not be those kind of. I think Like
words were feather
outside
for,
people is fine. They can say whatever they want. But your close circle of friends, it's so important. They should be encouraging you. Even you as a friend. If my friend comes to me and tells me the dumbest idea, I will still support, man. Let him do. Let him. If it fails, then it fails. Right? It's important to have that circle.
Speaking of friends, and again, you can choose not to comment on this, but this was an issue recently with one of your friends in a podcast where they were flagged for certain comments they made about certain instruments.
Okay, understand.
Yeah.
Jeevan, let's shout out Jeevan, right?
Jeevan. By the way, I'm a big fan. I like your content, man, and I'm on your side. I think the response was a bit too much.
It's a bit too much. The response is a bit too much.
How was it like during that time? And do you get this, like all these negative comments? How do you deal with it?
I've had this kind, but I think Jeevan had it worse. They were proper. But it's one of those things, like I said, for this day and age, just don't post for a while. People will forget, man. The next week, no one cares about it anymore. Just stay off grid for a week, then move on.
Yeah.
Like I remember mine I had was probably about 7-8 years ago. I just didn't leave my house for a while.
What happened?
It's a stupid issue as well, man. It's one of those Photoshop. I photoshopped myself next to Tunku Abdul Rahman for like Hari Merdeka or something like that. And then
because you used to do that thing where you Photoshop yourself. Yes, I remember now.
I still do that shit now.
Yeah.
I still do that shit, man.
Okay.
I Photoshop next to him, then people will, you're not respecting the history lah and all that. Then it got a bit out of someone from like UMNO was commenting and all this bullshit, man.
Wow, not bad, man. Well done.
It got into like a newspaper. It's unnecessary. It was just me photoshopping next to Tunku Abdul Rahman and then...
Wow. Now, in this world, day and age, again, another sort of like a topic now is censorship.
Censorship, yeah.
And then you have, of course, the woke culture and the cancel culture, these nonsensical cultures that are coming up, right? Is it tough being a content creator? Because does that affect your entire creative process?
It is. It's 100% tough. A lot of things that we can do back then, we can't do now.
Okay.
But it's also something you can take advantage of because hate spreads faster than like when people hate on you, it's proof like that, right? So you can use that for your advantage, which is why people like, for example, I always look up to people like your Alif Shukri and all. This guy is a clown.
Yeah.
Like he knows exactly what he's doing.
Yeah, yeah.
He knows how to anger people. His name pops up, he sells something.
Yes.
And I think it's important for us to pick and learn these kind of things, you know what I mean?
This kind of traits, yeah. Especially that other guy I forgot, he runs a podcast called Hitam Putih. He made that statement that brothels should be kept for the foreign workers.
Yeah.
When he said that, he knew what he was doing.
He
knew
what they're
exactly.
doing.
And then he just blew up.
He blew up, and then, like I said, after 1 week, people will forget. Then you do some other stuff, lah.
Yeah. I also should master that
because
I'm
controversial shit, man. Controversial is the easiest way to.
so come, let's talk about that
say
picture.
Some stupid shit, and then one clip blows up, and then your rest will go.
Yeah, it's amazing, right? I should learn because that's the quickest way, especially TikTok, which is a perfect ground for this. Yeah. So now, what's the future like for you, man? What's your plans?
Me, I think I want to focus on my Muruking.
Yeah.
Grow it as a brand. I'm giving myself 1 year to make Muruking known as like I want it to be a household name.
Okay.
I'm doing that, and also my movie I'm writing a movie script.
Really?
Yeah. I have everything in my head. Right now, the only thing that I need is...
Oh, I love movies, man. Tell me what's the story.
I can't give it to you. I can't give it away. It's a brilliant... we are talking about like...
is it M. Night Shyamalan-esque type of...
It's more like... what's the guy, the Memento, the director?
Oh, Memento. Isn't that the guy who did
Dark
Batman?
Knight.
Christopher Nolan.
We're talking about Christopher Nolan type of shit here.
Wow. As they say, self-praise is praise.
You gotta believe in your own product.
You gotta believe. If you don't blow your own trumpet, nobody will.
Yeah.
Right?
But I am working on the script. I have the whole storyline. Malay, obviously I want to do a Malay movie. I think that's the best in Malaysia.
Yeah.
That's the goal. The goal is to one day, I want to be known as a movie director, man.
Did you ever know all this? No, I'm sincerely saying this. I mean, I'm always that person. I'm very happy for people's success. I think there's no, and you, of course, you being an Indian, it's another reason why I'll be more happy. Okay? Like, did you ever know this would happen when you first started doing those
Bro,
videos in your room?
not at all, man. But I do have back then, so I had big dreams, lah.
Like
I
what?
always liked dreams. To be fair, I started off. I wanted to be a well-known rapper. That didn't work out.
Can you tell us that channel? Is that channel still on?
I had a channel. I'm not going to reveal.
Please,
that channel.
come on. That could be a good movie promoting.
No, damn bad, man, bro. Teruk, bro. That channel. In high
I've
school,
heard you
I used
sing.
to,
Yeah, it must.
Damn teruk. But I really wanted to be a rapper.
Yeah?
Even now, to be honest, if I had the chance, I want to be I want to perform in front of like a stage. I love that.
Yeah.
But then sometimes you gotta know your place, lah. Sometimes you know what? Maybe this shit is not your
Not
thing.
for me. Yeah.
Right? So the whole music thing I still do because that's one of my biggest passion is music writing and all. So I still do it as a side.
Okay.
But to be a movie maker, to tell a story, I love telling stories. That's something before I die, I want to do it.
Yeah, man, I'm so proud of you, man. Really, well done.
Director. But the thing is that I don't know. See, I come from a place where nobody is from the industry. I didn't know anyone to help me out. So it's a long game. It's a long road for me.
Okay.
I didn't have shortcuts and all. So eventually, hopefully, maybe this one, someone is watching who wants
Please.
to.
Yeah.
You know, it's the script. It's a $1 million script.
Tell me what's the script about. Like, at least give a broad stroke.
I give you the title of the movie.
Okay. Damn. Tell me.
It's called if I were to release the movie, I would call it Pengemis. It's called Pengemis.
Okay, that again.
It's a like,
brilliant title, by the way.
You're
But
like, oh shit, Pengem. I thought it's gonna be a funny movie. Now see, that's the whole idea.
No, but you have it in you. It's not surprising because when I heard that song that you made, I was there. I'm like, man, this guy is something different. Like you have a lot of thoughts.
I do have a lot of thoughts, man. I do a lot of ideas and all. And this movie that I want to do, for me, if I do something big, there will always I'll always include this whole racial issues and all. I think that's, like I said, like we just discussed, is something I'm very passionate about.
Okay.
So there will be things like that included. There will be drama. I love dark shit. I'm a very dark person, man.
Okay.
Like I love dark shit, man. Like, if you go see my Netflix, it's all murders and.
Me too.
I'm that kind of guy, man.
Yeah,
I sleep watching that shit.
I love all these crime stories
it's
and
the
all.
best, man. Narcos. Like one day I thought I'm gonna be. There was one period of time I thought I'm gonna be a drug lord. You know what I mean?
A rapper, drug lord. So Jay-Z then.
Jay-Z kind of shit. But yeah, I do love dark stuff, and this movie that I'm halfway done writing. It's dark. It's a lot of there's emotions in it. There's comedy elements in it as well. And I know exactly who I want to cast for this role. Everything is in my head.
Okay.
Right now, execution is the hard. I mean, that's the work lah. Right. So that's the hardest part lah.
If you have a role for a 40-year-old guy, hey man,
look. 40 is it? Damn, you look damn young, man.
Yeah, thank you.
Shit.
Look no further. I mean, I get excited when I talk about movies because I love movies. I love movies. I love it. I was the type of guy back in uni. I would find all these indie movies and watch it. Kind of things. Right?
What are you watching now on Netflix? Are you watching anything on Netflix?
Recently, I saw that crime movie. It's a Russian movie. What's it called? Oh shit!
Russian movie. Yeah?
Russian movie. I forgot the name, man. I saw it yesterday. Do you know the title? Something about raid, right?
He's gonna just Google Russian movie. Everything's just say one random Russian movie.
Something red. Something red. So tell me, what are your top 5 movies then? I know Scarface is one of them.
Scarface is one of them. A lot of things, man. Oh, Prisoners is a damn good movie. Prisoners?
No?
Jake Gyllenhaal.
Is that the one with the new one?
No, this is probably a good 10 years ago. Probably.
Okay.
That's a good movie. It's a lot of good movies, man. Parasite is a good movie. That's a Korean one.
Okay, I haven't seen that.
You haven't seen that?
I haven't seen that.
Bro, tonight, after this podcast...
Watch it. I have a meeting, but I will watch it after.
Yeah. Parasite is good.
Sure.
But I love the Hangover series though.
Hangover
series to me is number one. In terms of comedy, that's the route. You Don't Mess with the Zohan. That's a stupid movie, slapstick stuff.
I love those movies.
Those kind of movies. So I can't think
Okay, but you're a movie
head,
fan. Nice. It's very happy to know that you're writing movies because for me, nowadays, when it comes to movies, I generally stay away. I not say stay away, but I feel like movies now has become too repetitive.
100%.
It's all sequels, reboots. Like I said, they don't have any ideas now.
Yeah, it's the same
In fact,
shit.
if are you a person who likes the conversational movies?
Yeah, I do love.
You should watch the movie Man from Earth.
Man from Earth.
The whole movie takes place in a cabin, and it's professors, and the story is about this one guy there who has lived since the caveman days, and he is actually Jesus. Beautiful. The way the movie is written is written by the writers of Star Trek. Beautiful, beautiful. Yeah.
See, you lost me at Star Trek. I don't like that kind of Star Trek shit.
No. Okay, it's not a space movie. It's on a cabin.
It's not like sci-fi.
No sci-fi. No alien comes.
That one is not my thing, man.
Not my thing.
All the superheroes. I don't know how people enjoy that shit, man. It's the same bloody shit. Superhero, a hero and the villain, they fight. You know the hero is gonna win. Like there's no
creativity to that. Yeah,
the same fucking storyline.
Yeah.
Marvel is making money out of it.
All the way. Okay. So, Vika, I mean, lastly, I just want to get your. I do this on every show. I get the guest to do the final word. So maybe share about your hopes for yourself and of course us Indians. What do you think that we should do better in our lives to be recognized, to be looked upon differently by other races and by the world?
I think a message to like Indian people out there. You gotta do your own shit in a sense where no one's gonna have a state of mind where nobody's gonna help you. You're on your own in this world. Somehow, eventually, you think of something to survive, right? Get into entrepreneurship, man. I think that's where people start respecting. Get into creative space. Be nice to people. I think it's important to. This is not just to Indians, to everybody. Just be nice to people, man. Don't scam people and all. Fuck that shit, man. Recently, I got scammed, bro.
How much?
17K, but not from Indian lah. But let's not get into that. Why did I even bring this shit up? The word scam like triggered me a little bit.
Was it Chinese or?
No. You might think, but it's not.
That leaves only one more race. Is it the?
But yeah, man, be nice. Like get into entrepreneurship, get into business. Do your accounts, fucking pay your taxes. Be a good paying citizen in Malaysia.
Pay your taxes.
Don't give a reason for people to come after you.
Definitely. Yeah. So thank you very much, man. I really appreciate you coming on this podcast, and really sharing your views. I hope you had fun and a good time, and I wish you all the best. By the way, guys, Muruking is the name of the brand. I'll be definitely buying some, and the links will be in our descriptions. So please get your fair share of Muruking. It's nice. This is prawn, right?
Prawn.
Does it come in any other flavors? This is the one.
So far, just this. Try lah. How come you never buka? You're scared to eat, is it?
No, not book. Okay, I'll find out. No, I don't want to dirty the couch or something.
I mean, this is our space, don't worry.
Oh yeah.
This is your studio, no?
Yeah, it's mine. Let's see. Okay, let's.
We can smell the prawn from here.
Damn.
Do you like prawns?
I love prawns.
Okay, you're not allergic to it and all.
No. Oh,
okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's go. My first product review.
Okay.
And from my face, you know it's believable.
Open your eyes big a bit.
Wow. This is the best. No, I think it will go really well with drinks, man.
With drinks, that's what a lot of people say, with drinks.
No, it's nice. It has a very nice mild taste. It's not too strong.
Not too strong.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
So did you design? I mean, from the taste, you saw everything.
Yeah.
How long did it take?
It took me 2 years to get this.
Wow!
I had to a bunch of suppliers, manufacturers. Somehow I found a good one, and then from there we worked on lah.
Nice.
And it's halal, by the way.
So halal?
Yeah, but it's not. I don't have the sticker yet.
Oh, okay.
My manufacturer is halal.
Oh, okay.
My company, I still need to get the chop yet lah.
Yeah. But it's halal.
Yeah,
it's prawn.
It's prawn.
It's prawn and murukku.
Yeah.
This shit is amazing. No, it's really good. I'm not lying. It's really nice.
Yeah.
How do I buy it?
I can go to Shopee. Or I set up my TikTok shop as well. But for you, obviously, you can buy straight from me.
Thank you. Wow.
That works as well.
Wow, there we go. If you want it straight, just get him on your podcast. You get it straight.
You got to pay for that later, by the way. No,
okay.
He's stunned. Like, I don't want to pay for this shit.
Do you take back unfinished goods? All right, guys. So thank you all so much. Thank you again, Vika. I really appreciate it. All the best to you.
Thank you so much,
take care, buddy. Take care. All the best to you. And as always, you guys, please support this new brand, Muruking. It's really nice. Look at me spitting all over my shirt. But seriously, it's really nice. And support him. The links will be in our clips, and you guys can enjoy your own packet of murukku. And until next time, man, I wish you the best. I'm so proud of you, and I can't wait for your movie.
Thank you so much, man.
Pengemis. Okay, you heard it here first on the Goodcast Show. Pengemis coming out in 2026.
Six
Good brother. Yeah. Has an 8 in there. It's quite nice. So till next time, guys, as always, like, share, subscribe. If you guys want to get in touch with Vikar, drop a note and we will connect you all. We'll be sharing his links as well. And as always, have a good weekend. A good week, actually. It's not the weekend yet. And stay tuned for the next episodes. Bye.